Welcome back to Sky Blues Walk. We're talking about storming Norman this week. Rhys Carr, just how well is he doing? And is Frank Lampard the right man to sort out Coventry City? Plus, we've got lots to talk about. Christmas fixtures, how good are they landed for Coventry? Who's out of contract in the summer? And is the third round FA Cup draw? You know, well, Coventry did well last season. Who do they want in the draw this weekend? We've got Claudio with us, we've got Tom with us, and we have Jay there out there in the ether. He is there, but unfortunately camera wasn't working this week. Not sure if that's good for us. But Jay, you are there, aren't you?
I'm here, yes.
Brilliant. Yeah, it's like something off Crime Watch, isn't it? You can't see it.
Absolutely. We hope you're well. Thank you so much for all the love we've been getting on this channel. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. We love making this content for you. We know there's tons of other content out there you can watch for Coventry, including on the amazing Sky Blues TV, which our good friend Claudio presents. Go and check that out if you don't already. But let's get straight into it then. I've got to be honest with you. My Sheffield United chat this week was not a happy one. And it's blown up on Twitter because of this teenager. Okay, Claudio. If this happens to you, you're fuming, aren't you, like our Sheffield United fans are?
Well, obviously, yes, but it didn't. And it happened to them, and I don't care. Basically, we've waited a while. I mean, for me, going back to the days of David Speedy for somebody like this to wind up the opposition, it's what you want, isn't it? You want an aggressive forward. I mean, it's like having Jamie Vardy playing for you. You know, he's in your face. He has a go, and he loved it. And really, the mug here is the Sheffield United defender who fell for it. He's a established, seasoned professional, and he took the bait, hook, line, and sinker. So brilliant.
I'm going to say, as a neutral, I love that game. It's one of my favourite games of the season. That game on Saturday. Tom, did you enjoy it? And did you have any sympathies with how Bassette behaved after it? I suppose is what they're getting at. The cheeky wink, the kiss.
Well, the game itself, I thought was a really good game. Actually, I thought we deserved a bit more than a draw in the end. But with the Bassette thing, I don't know how to say the Sheffield United defender's name. I'm not going to try it because I'm going to butcher it. But it was a red. He grabs him by the throat. But obviously, Bassette, he's a young lad, you know. This is back to what Claudio was saying. We need a wind-up merchant. We need a Jamie Vardy sort of player. I know he's from Leicester, but we need that Jamie Vardy. We haven't had that for so many years. So Bassette is fresh breath of fresh air. However, obviously the tongue out was a bit cheeky, but obviously we're cold France, so we all love it. If it's against us, my head is on Mars. That's all I can say.
Okay, fair enough. Rob says, we should feel unlucky not to get the 3 points. We battered them. It's the best we've played all season. Let down by 2 single errors from defence, namely JDS. That was a pretty good point, in my opinion. Is he right there, Jay? Was that the best you've played all season?
The bits I saw, I was unfortunate, as I mentioned earlier, I couldn't get to the game. But I thought, from what I saw, we played very, very well. Sort of controlled the game, obviously, especially in the second half where they were down to 10 men and sort of set back a little bit. And annoyingly, it happens all the time. They have 2 shots, they score 2 goals. It happens over and over again for Coventry. We play so well, but we just concede silly mistakes, silly goals all the time. But I felt like we dominated the ball very well. We were moving around quicker than we have over the last couple of weeks. So I thought it was a really, really good performance. And obviously, I know we're going to touch on Rhys Carr in a little while, but I love the fact that he changed formation a couple of times. You could tell he's changing tactics a little bit to sort of try and get the upper hand. But I thought, it was a really, really good performance. As Tom mentioned, I think we could have nicked it, should have nicked it to honestly, and got the 3 points, which was well deserved. To honestly, I think Norman Bassette was just, he was the spark that sort of set us going for the whole day, really. And I think it was absolutely brilliant, the whole thing. So I think we could have got the 3 points.
Sheffield United fan says he better hope he comes down with a stomach bug for the return fixture because he is going to get it at Bramhall Lane. They are not happy. Claudio, Luke E says, fair play to Rhys Carr. 2 points from the top 2 is not bad at all. And there's a couple of tweets suggesting perhaps the reason we haven't had an announcement yet is because maybe it's just hanging on to see how the next couple of games go. Could the impossible happen? And And Rhys be considered? Because the players look a lot happier.
Well, that'd be a weird thing to do, because why didn't Rhys Carr put this input in when Mark Robins was there? You could say that, couldn't you? All I know is we've had 2 games with him. He's done 5 different formations in 2 matches and got 2 good results. I'm not sure Mark Robins did 5 different changes in formation in 7 seasons he was there. This is very clever by Rhys Carr. I mean, there's more interaction on the bench as well with the other coaches. I don't know if Mark was quite dominant in that field where basically I'm in charge and I decide what's happening. But he's done well. I mean, whoever comes in would do well to keep him. If it isn't, well, it depends. If it's Frank Lampard, he'll have his entourage, won't he? But I think he's done an exceptional job, and he changed it at the right time. Substitutions early, took Bassette off because he was booked. So I think he took him off early because of that reason, because he would have been sent off in the end because he was just so hyper. But I think he's done great. I mean, you can't complain, can you? I mean, we've got Burnley so coming up soon as well. That'd be interesting. But if he pulls off a result there, then you start thinking, hey, maybe he's got something.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that one, Claudio. Mitchell says, Tom, finally, the wide players are getting wide. Also, Bassette's getting minutes. If we played with these tactics all season, Mark Robins would still be in his job. No doubt we look better in the last 2 games. And is the wide players getting wide? What's the reasons why we are seeing lots more attack and certainly more goal threat?
It's a bit of a weird. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, to be honest, because we played some big teams and we've actually played really well against both of them. Well, we weren't great in the first half against Sunderland, but the second half I thought we played really well. And I noticed, the wider players are getting wider. I mean, EMC, F1 Mason Clark, came on, and I actually thought he played really well on Saturday. He's been getting a lot of stick, and I've always been someone to, give player a bit of time. And I do think he was really solid. Sakamoto as well. I thought he had a decent game. I think he played really well against Sunderland as well. So we're playing some more attacking football, which is just so nice to see. And hopefully, if we do get Lampard, I know he likes to play attacking football, especially developing youngsters as well. Look at Bassette. He was brilliant against Sheffield United. So under Lampard, I think the sky's the limit for the lad. And he, came on for Belgium as well. So sky's the limit.
Okay. I'm just going to be a little bit harsh, Jake, because obviously I watched the full game this time round. So I feel I can comment here with some force. Brandon Thomas Asante. I don't think he's a very good footballer.
Be hard. To honestly, I saw him a couple of times last year for West Brom, and he scored some bangers. He was getting some good goals. But he had one good. I think it was against Blackburn. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. I think he had a really, really good against Blackburn. He runs around a lot, puts a lot of effort in, but the ball sort of bounces off him quite a lot. He can't seem to hold it up that well. He doesn't really run behind. So I'm not quite sure what he is doing. I can't really remember. Again, he had a disallowed goal as well, which he was watching the line. So it's sort of a striker. You should definitely be watching that line. It was just a very silly sort of move for him. But I'm again, like Tom said, I'm one of these sort of people. I like to give the people the benefit of the doubt. I was a little bit critical of Ephraim Mason Clark just because of the fee. But again, I was with him. I was like, give him 6 months. I'm sure he'll come good. I talked to quite a few posh fans on Twitter, and they said the same thing. Play him on the left, he'll be good. With BTA, I'm not quite sure. I think he out of the 4 strikers we've got, he's number 4. I think Wright, Bassette, probably the 1-2. Sims a close sort of third there, and then he's definitely 4th coming on the bench if we're sort of desperate kind of thing. But yeah, I don't think you're being that harsh, Mark. I think his form's not been that fantastic to see for the season.
I mean, as a neutral, I was willing you guys on to go and get a third in that game, and he was just so frustrating in the final third. His touch was poor. He ran into defenders. It was a bizarre performance.
What you're trying to say, Mark, he's got a touch of a trampoline, is what you're saying.
That's right.
Because it is useless. Sorry.
Right, Claudio. Last time we were.
I personally would have put Sims on before Brandon Thomas Asante. I would have made that. So the only critique I would have had of Rhys Carr personally, but again, I'm sure he had his reasons why he put him on ahead of Sims.
Okay. Claudio, last time we recorded this, of course, it was the Mark Robins sacking, so we haven't had a chance to talk to you directly about your views on it. I know you're not going to agree with it. No one does. But given what you heard at the fans forum and things that have come out after it,
Yeah.
are you swayed a bit more to Doug, or are you completely still on as these guys were, this is the most ridiculous decision he's ever made?
Well, we'll see when it depends who walks through the door. I feel that if you're sacked from a job, that means you failed. And by sacking Mark Robins, it's a suggestion of failure, and that failure is not what he did. He's had 7 decent seasons, 6 very good seasons out of those 7. So he hasn't failed. He didn't fail in his job. And I think Doug King had a hissy fit after he lost to Derby. I think there's a game he thought we should have won, and all the fans did. We all left there. And I don't think anybody thought he was going to get sacked in the morning. It just didn't even cross my mind. I thought, it's going to be a bit uncomfortable for the next few days, but the sacking, I didn't think he would do that. And Mark Robins never failed this club. He's been fantastic for this club. And I feel that was really harsh. Had he come out and said mutual agreement, we decide to part ways, I think that would have softened the blow a bit for everybody. But to say he was sacked just sounds terrible to me. And really, I mean, I was in that forum and the guys have probably said it already. It was weird. It was like a whirlwind. He came out and answered everybody's questions before he had a chance to ask any questions. It was weird. And, it's only one side of the story. I don't think we've got the whole truth, to be honest. In fact, I know we haven't. So, I know the stuff he said there. I know for definite he didn't say the whole truth, and that's it, really. So there's stuff in there that's a bit loose, put it that way. I mean, if he brings somebody in and we do fantastic and we get in the playoffs, then he's made the right decision, hasn't he? But he can't really judge it. Whoever brings in now, he can't judge it on this season, can you? It's going to have to be next season, I suppose. Yeah, it's difficult.
I think when we asked Tom used the exact same word. He said it was a weird press conference.
It was really weird. It was really strange.
I mean, Mark, it's unique. That doesn't happen at many clubs. It's unique that we get these. Well, Tom knows he went to it last when I was there presenting it with the BBC CWR, Rob Gurney. We had the players' evening, the supporters' evening. That doesn't happen at many clubs where we get.
I really enjoyed that. That was really good.
Every 5-6 weeks, we get players come and meet the fans and have a Q&A, basically, a proper one. And it's not censored at all. I mean, I was doing the questions. It's not censored. And
you did a great job, Claudio. Well done.
Cheers, thank you. And it doesn't happen at any club, as far as I know. So we're quite an open club. And the fact he did the forum is something else anyway. I mean, because a lot of, your owner wouldn't sit there, would he? And explain why he's got rid of your... Yeah, exactly.
Who is he?
Not even in the... Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So,
okay.
Respect him for that. I'm not sure about his decision, though. We'll see. We'll have to see.
Okay. Right. 1-word answers, each of you, to this then question. Tom,
right.
Who's the manager that you want next?
Lampard.
Jay?
If it's not Pep, I'll go Lampard, yeah.
Claudio?
Cooper.
Yeah? Okay. Defensively, I do worry about you guys again for what we've talked about and from what I've seen. And I'm afraid Lampard is not going to be the answer to that. Because as much as he is a great attacking coach, I can vouch for having watched 2 years of his football defensively.
Score more than them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
bit of Kevin Keegan football going on.
I did tweet that a couple of days ago. I remember them at Chelsea, and they were great going forward, but they were open all the time. They used to get caught on the counter attack all the time. And with our defenders, that's not a good combo, to be honest with you. So that's the only thing I've got a little bit down in my head. But hopefully you'll bring someone in to sort that out.
I think Saturday was a classic example of great forward play by us, completely unravelled by some awful defending again. And it's happened all season, really.
Terrible.
I mean, I think Thompson virtually every game. All the goals are the same. We do so well. We bring the game forward, and then we just let in some of the sloppiest goals ever. And it's
both from the run of play as well. So, yeah.
And it's so frustrating. So frustrating.
Defensively, they don't look too bad in the game. It's just the odd little occasion they sort of mess up and then they get punished every single time. Yeah, it's on 2 occasions, they defended really well. 2 occasions, 2 goals.
Let's move on from Sheffield United, shall we, and have a look at Christmas, because I'm sure you were getting your stockings up this weekend. 9 games in 30 days, though. Claudio, very quickly, do you have any sympathy for players and managers when they moan about the amount of football that has to be played over this period?
No, I think me, you, and Jay can remember the days of 3 games over Christmas Day almost.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
we used to play. Yeah, I mean, Easter used to play on the Friday, the Monday, and then play again on the
it was chaotic,
Saturday,
wasn't it? No, not at all.
On crappy pitches as well. On the pitches are terrible as well those days.
All right, then let's have a look at this run in. Then I'm going to be honest with you. I can't see a single problem on here. Maybe apart from West Brom away, but this should be, Tom, a nice little run for Coventry, shouldn't it? Just pushes you just away from that line and pushes you up towards the other line that you want to be closer to.
Yeah, I'd like to think so. Except for West Brom, obviously, I got my ticket to go there, so I'm hoping we get a result. And Millwall as well. But I'm hoping. I do think West Brom could be an issue. We're obviously playing Millwall twice. I think Millwall have had a good season, but I don't see many issues where many issues come from. I'm playing Cardiff twice as well. I've just noticed as well. So play them once, you play them again. Beat them both times, hopefully. But except for West Brom, I'm not seeing many issues.
Okay. JR Derby fans aren't very happy because there's this weird fixture arrangement where you play one team twice in 3 weeks. Unfortunately for them, it's Leeds. You end up playing. You end up playing Millwall twice in 3 weeks. Do you have sympathies for fans when they say that is unfair, or does it not matter?
I don't think it's unfair, but it gets a bit sort of. We had this issue last year with Sheffield Wednesday. We played them about 3-4 times in a month or something. It was great. It was great. Obviously, FA Cup games as well, but it gets a bit sort of repetitive, I feel. So it is a bit strange because obviously they don't do that in the Premier League and stuff. But obviously, as Tom mentioned, we've got Cardiff twice in a month. We've got Millwall twice in 3 weeks. I don't think it's unfair because at the end of the day, you pay both teams twice. You can get it out of the way. But it gets a bit sort of boring, a bit repetitive, I feel, if you sort of bantering the same clubs for a couple of weeks. Okay, so but yeah, I think it's okay, not too bad.
All right. Over the next month or so, we'll be talking lots about the January transfer window. The base of that conversation starts right here because we're going to look now at the players out of contract in June and those that might be sorting out a conversation with Doug over the next couple of weeks or months, and also potentially clubs swooping in to do a cheeky little offer knowing there's 6 months left on the contract. Claudio, of the 5 which are out of contract there, how many would you be having a word with?
I wouldn't keep any of them.
Okay.
That's a bit hard.
Not even Bidwell?
Next.
No. If we want to go up, we need better players, and there are better players than those 5 on that list. I'm sorry.
Okay, Tom?
They'd all be cracking League One players, in my opinion. But maybe Wilson is a number 2, but maybe Bidwell. But except for that, no one really. So I'm going to go with Claudio on this one, to be honest.
Okay. Jay, it's a bit harsh on Jake Bidwell, isn't it? That?
Nope. We said in the summer. I'm sure I don't speak for the other guys, but we needed a left back in the summer. Jade Silva, I was his biggest critic last year. This year, I think he's had a really, really good season. But again, defensively, sometimes he gets caught out. But I think we need to upgrade in that left back area. Bidwell, if we're playing 3 at the back, he can maybe a backup centre back. I feel he's at a sort of age where he can sort of do a job there. But I wouldn't be giving him a contract. No, I wouldn't give any of those a contract. As Tom mentioned, maybe Ben Wilson if he wants to stay as number 2. But we've got 3 number 1 goalkeepers at the moment, so we need to sort out who's our number 1 rather than worry about who's our number 2 at the moment. So I would, I'd be cutthroat and get rid of them ASAP and get some top quality players.
Don't worry, Jake. I'm trying to stick up for you here, Jake. If you're watching, we'll win them round.
I'm sure he's watching.
I'm sure he is.
What's good about that though is that the list isn't that big, is it? And they're not really players that are going to affect the first team, the starting 11.
Yeah, you should see the size of Sheffield Wednesday's list. It's like 10 players out of contract.
So, if there is on other clubs with players out of contract, maybe we should be looking at them to try and nick them in January.
Yeah, well, Barry Bannon's out of contract. If you fancy going him, he's
No.
he'll be 35. But you never go.
We need an old head in midfield. I'll tell you that. We do.
Well, there you
We
go.
definitely do.
True.
There you are. Barry Bannon's Coventry. Right, to finish off then, this week it is FA Cup third round draw this weekend. So we are being a bit cheeky and asking you, Coventry fans, if you could fix the draw this year to get any fixture that you would like. What would it be? Jay, kick this one off for us.
To be honest, I don't really care about the FA Cup this year too much. I'd rather focus on the league. But
You've been to Wembley, you don't care anymore. Yeah.
Exactly, we're a bit bored of it now. But if I had to pick a nice easy game like Man City would be good. They're obviously on a bit of a bad run at the moment, but you sort of either want a top 6 team or you want a conference team. So you got a nice easy game. I feel maybe a Charlton who've got an ex-Cov player there, or Shrewsbury or someone where you've got some ex-Cov players. I'd say one of those sort of teams. But I'm not. I'll pass this over to Claudio and Tom because I'm not too bothered about the FA Cup this year. Been there, done it.
Okay, great commentary, Claudio.
If the Dog and Duck are in there in the third round, I'll take the Dog and Duck at home. It's a Dog and Duck FC.
We've got Kettering. We might have Kettering and Wealdstone. Will that do for you?
That'd be great because of Northamptonshire. That'd be a nice one for them, wouldn't it, to come to Coventry?
Yeah.
I like cut runs. I do like cut runs. It's just because it doesn't matter, does it, in the end? But it's nice, and obviously after last year, why not? And it's for us, it's money, and easier the better. Basically, till it gets to the quarterfinals, and you've got some big boys. Or Everton, that's a nice little buy, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. You probably beat us.
To be honest, I'd love to do Everton one more time at Goodison. So I quite like that because the new stadium, got to say, Mark, it looks magnificent, mate.
Yeah, it looked very good when you're playing there next
really
year
nice.
in the Championship. Yeah. Dom?
For me, I do love a good cut run, but if we're gonna, you know what, Villa away. Never been to Villa Park.
Ooh.
I think that'd be brilliant. Local rivalry. Give me Villa away any day of the week.
Okay. Coventry fans starting rivalries again, goodness me. Where will it end?
Got a rivalry with everyone nowadays. Sheffield United.
With Sheffield United, yeah, absolutely. Hate you.
They hate us.
Right.
Thank you.
Sheffield Wednesday last year, now it's Sheffield United this year.
Yeah. I even saw a tweet where the two fan bases came together in hatred for us.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
They still go on about that Palmer incident even now. So look, he's with Hull and not with you guys. Right, thank you very much, you lot. Enjoy the football this week. We'll catch you in 2 weeks. Catch you in a week's time. Enjoy it.